Go with the one that you want to Vore you.
No explanation.
We brought back the ancient topics recently. And dinner
The
tonight.
end times.
Yeah.
Today's discussion at BlackRock answered a lot of questions for me.
We were talking about Vore, as we do.
As I'm ashamed to admit and would like to revise our policy on.
We have a policy on it?
I have a policy
One
on that.
Vore per month.
Yeah. No more, no less. Fuck, I didn't... Hang on, we gotta stop.
Did you get the wrong card?
I picked the wrong card.
Let's get the fuck out of here!
It's the first time I've done that. I must be losing it.
I'm feeling better than ever. I just ate some raw steak. I've never been to BlackRock before. I didn't really know the gimmick. I guess it's that you have to cook, like mostly cook your own steak there if you get the steak. And didn't do much cooking for me. There's something nice about like biting into a raw piece of steak and just like tearing it off.
You ate it into like a sphere shape. It was like a globe of meat. I wanted to open up a discussion about meeting friends online. Because
we just did that.
We just did that. I've been grinding on Death Note Killer Within. For some reason, that has become my idol game. Which, it is poetic because I generally avoid drama, but I do like to cause trouble online.
It's a nice concentrated version of it, though.
Yeah.
You get it and then you get off.
It's short and sweet. You don't take it with you. It's like a jacket. You take it off at the door, leave it.
And the people that either get mad or make you mad, you might never have to see again anyway.
I probably never will.
Unless you choose to invite them to the next game.
You meet friends in the lowest of places. And we have made a couple of friends, predominantly one.
Yeah.
But it's nice because we have a shared appreciation of the game and the media. It is cool that there are people that, granted, I don't know this person personally, and I don't really plan to, but like they seem pretty PC online in games, and you don't always get that much. So the topic that I wanted to address was, what do you think of like meeting people online in games, and do you think that it's ever a safe bet to like become friends with them, or like is that a reserved relationship for only people that you meet online that like all you ever do is like play the games, and is that like the status quo? Because there is a safety issue.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I equate it. I haven't used dating apps before, but I equate it kind of like that, but for friends. Even a little bit safer, I would say, because it's you meet through a common interest instead of like I'm looking for a person.
Right. The odds are in your favor.
Yeah,
there.
Because they're there to have fun. You're there to have fun. It's a little bit more actually like meeting a person in real life, because you go do a thing and you find somebody at that thing.
Right.
Kind of say it's safe as well because you can get a vibe with them for a while before, like if you do want to become IRL friends with them, you can hang out with them for a while in this like pretty realistically personal setting and like just talk with them for a bit, and then you get the idea.
Right.
And this person, I won't use their name because I don't know if they would want that.
I don't think they would either.
They seem cool. I mean, we haven't talked to them very much, but like if I hung out with them for a little while longer, I'd be fine like being real friends with them.
Watch this be the black box of like the plane crash that we become part of like an unsolved murder case, like a cold case. I mean, that is exactly the strategy I would use as Kira.
It just makes friends with people.
Yeah, like become close to people, especially the ones that seem to have the most weight.
But then the issue is, if you're around all those murders, you're gonna become a suspect at some point.
You become a suspect, but that's exactly how the show kind of goes. It's like,
and you know how it ends up for Kira.
You have to have like plausible deniability. Like it couldn't have been me because blah blah blah. And think about how good I am in the eyes of everyone else.
Yeah.
It's like playing it close to home.
Still want to distance yourself a little. I would feel like I would distance myself.
Well,
if I was Kira, I'd be awesome.
If you sound like everyone I've ever played with ever. Like I think there's a careful line. For those of you who haven't played it yet, try out Death Note Killer Within. It's dead now. Marvel Rivals has defiled its corpse.
Was it so alive in the first place?
No, but I mean, for what it is,
it's a fun game.
It lasted way long. It's like a premature infant. It lasted way longer than I thought it was going to.
Oh no, I personally have never really met friends online. Like in a small way, I've met people and then like I'll hang out with them in that game and talk to them for a little bit, but then I won't like text them again later or something. I won't like be friends with them on Discord. This with this person is a little bit new to me as well. Have you like met friends online before?
Yeah. So I was gonna say, like, growing up, I did like do my fair share of like recklessly adding strangers that I was in lobbies with, like on Xbox. And a lot of the time, you don't have anything to worry about because you just don't reveal any personal information. If you have games in common, like it's like the thing that you said earlier about how it's kind of like dating apps for friends because you have a common interest already established, evidently. And then as long as you continue to play with them, you generally make more established connections as time goes on, just like you would with like real life friends.
Yeah.
It's not a safe practice, and I'm in no way condoning it because like people can be very misleading.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's like a safe distance that you can have fun with people that like sometimes it's more comforting than like joining a lobby of strangers every time and like having to get a feel for people all over again.
Just makes it more familiar. Then it's also less likely for somebody to get super mad at you.
Yeah.
If you know them already.
I mean, like, especially, they can hold you accountable, you can hold them accountable. People behave very differently, and this is kind of where I'll close with this topic. People behave very differently online than they do in real life, whether it's like, you know, a fraction of their like personality bleeding through, or it's like they revise themselves entirely, because you get a lot more confidence when you're behind a screen.
Yeah. Less consequences.
Yes. You know, stick to the ERSB like ratings for games because you don't always know who you're going to encounter.
And I would say up and down, like upper limits and lower limits. Not that there are lower limits, but like if you're playing an R rating, like adults only type game, maybe don't play with kids. Just
For
like,
sure.
not that it's necessarily going to be dangerous for you, but just like generally, you know, you'll get a better experience for yourself.
It's a good rule of thumb.
The two ideas I had that I wanted to specifically bring up, I'm nervous about them because I don't know if you've already seen them, like online or heard of these things before, but I'm going to see, I need to test it out because if it does work, then I want to play the little game that comes with them.
Okay.
Have you heard of the, it's kind of like a word game, Green Glass Door?
I don't think so.
Doesn't sound familiar?
No.
Okay, I'm going to explain it, and it's kind of like I know how it works, and you try to figure out how it works.
Okay.
So I'm going to explain how we're going to do it, and then you're going to try to like figure out the rule, basically.
Okay.
So it's called Green Glass Door, and we're trying to say things that we can and can't bring through the door. And what you're trying to figure out is the rule of like what makes it through the door. So I'm going to say something that I know can make it, and something that I know can't make it. I'm not going to say why, though.
Okay.
Then you're going to, based on my example...
So this is a hypothetical scenario of like things that will break the door or like not fit through?
Things that we're like allowed to take through, as if they would fit.
Okay. So because you're saying the actual answer is one definitive object that can?
It's a attribute of the things that I'm going to say that allows it to come through.
All right.
So I'm going to say one thing that I can bring through, one thing that I can't bring through, and then you're going to try to guess something you can bring through and something you can't bring through. And I'll tell you if you're right or not.
Alrighty.
And then I'm going to give another example of something that I know is correct. You're going to give another example of something you think is correct, and we're just going to go until you figure it out.
Okay.
Through the green glass door, I'm going to bring a wheel, but I cannot bring a tire.
So a wheel can fit through, but a tire cannot?
Yeah.
Now, is this because the objects are related to each other? Like, are you going to introduce me to, like, a larger concept that has to do with the last two things?
No, it's just things that can go through and things that can't go through. They might relate, they might not.
This sounds like the game that children play where they're like, I have 9,000 invincibility and you can't touch me. Like, I'm just, like, guessing blind. I like it.
Don't be frustrated if you don't get it, because when I first heard of this, I had no fucking clue until it was explained to me.
Okay.
So if you don't get it, it's fine.
I guess I'll just start from a place of, like, random spitballing then. I am going to bring through a steel beam, and I am going to not be able to fit another door.
So the steel beam can go through, but the other door can also go through. So those are both things that you can't bring through.
Okay.
I'm going to bring through shampoo, but I cannot bring in soap.
I am going to bring through a radio. I am going to not bring through an iPod.
Those can both not go through.
Okay.
I'm going to bring through a tree. I cannot bring through a car.
I am going to bring through a dog. I'm going to not bring through a palm tree.
So you got... Those are flipped the other way. You cannot bring through a dog. You can bring through a palm tree.
Okay.
I haven't seen this been played with many people. Are you getting anything from this? Are you trying to...
of like what the answer could be?
Yeah, like what's the rule? Just like...
It seems like...
I'm just curious of your thought process.
Wait, could you say the radio one again?
Yeah, radio cannot go through. What was the other one?
An iPod.
And
right.
those can both not go through.
Okay. It seems like organic objects in general can go through, or like more organic. I don't know. I'm just thinking about the dog.
Well, a wheel can go through, but
wheel has nothing to.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, what does a dog, a steel beam?
Dog can't go through.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Steel beam can.
A palm tree, a steel beam. Long objects.
I'm going to bring through teeth.
Human teeth?
You
can't say.
Sure. It could be human teeth. I'm going to bring through teeth. I cannot bring through sand.
Is it just that it's large objects over small objects?
Not necessarily.
A palm tree is larger than a dog. A radio is larger than an iPod.
I brought through a wheel, but tires can be bigger.
Oh, yeah, you didn't clarify how big the wheel is.
And tires usually go over the wheels.
Yeah, that is true.
I like your thinking,
I am going to bring... You've given me a useful hint. You haven't. I'm still fucking lost. I'm going to bring through a cannonball. I am going to not bring through a t-shirt.
That works. Yeah, those are both correct.
Am I going to... is the goal ultimately to guess what the singular object that you're thinking of is, or to guess what the door is?
Yeah, guess what the door... Like, why is the door letting some things through and some things not?
Oh, because it's, like, to a place?
No, it's just a door. The door is kind of a hypothetical. It could also be like a magic barrier. Like, why is it letting this thing through and the other thing not?
It's like forbidding things.
Yeah. Or it's like what you're allowed to take in.
Okay, say the last... What did I say again? I said a cannonball and a t-shirt?
Yes, and cannonball can go through, and a t-shirt cannot. I'm going to bring brass, but I cannot bring iron.
Cannonball is metal, a t-shirt is not. Brass, I guess, was used before iron. Is it because it's a door that can only bring in things that are older than other things?
Not necessarily. I know I keep going back to this one. This isn't like... It's just a kind of a telling one. A wheel and a tire aren't necessarily older or younger than each other.
Not necessarily. Well, do you mean like a hub of a wheel?
I mean a wheel.
A wheel. You could be as big as possible. Wait, is that because I'm onto something, or is that because you can't reveal any more about that answer?
It's because I have to say that...
What is a wheel?
A wheel specifically...
Can go through.
A hub could not.
Okay, so let me ask you this. I take a steering wheel through. I cannot take through a clock. Like an old-fashioned clock.
Those both work.
Those are both true?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, I think I get it.
What's up?
It's bullshit and arbitrary. it's whatever you decide.
That is incorrect. That's okay. A good guess, though. Okay. Like that's funny. I like that.
At first, I was like, "This is fucking stupid," but now I was like, "Wait a minute, I think I get it."
That's really funny. I like that.
Okay.
No, there is a rule that is not just like me deciding yes or no.
Okay. It's more obscure. All right. Is it because the door itself? No.
So I'm gonna give an example that
is shaped like all of those objects.
I'm gonna give an example that might hint towards the rule a little bit more. So remember the title, a title of this
green
game?
Glass door.
Yes, I'm going to bring green for the door, and I cannot bring blue.
A color?
Yeah.
Is this revenge for making you define the color blue for all those years?
No. There's something about green that makes it go through the door, but blue does not have that property.
Something about that it has yellow in it? It's a piss door. It's always been a piss door.
That's funny you say that because yellow and piss both work.
Wait a minute. They can go through the door?
Yeah, yellow and piss can both go through the door. Shit couldn't go through the door.
So...
Urine couldn't go through the door.
You said piss.
Yeah, piss can go through the door. Urine cannot.
What is piss?
Piss.
I don't know what that means. How is it different from urine?
Something about it.
What do you know about piss that I don't?
I know all about piss.
More appropriately, yeah, I know you do. You're always talking about it.
Eyeballs emoji.
We see you looking. Is it tertiary and secondary things can go through the door that primary things cannot?
No. If you want, I can give you more examples instead of you just having to guess at examples so that you can get more information.
I'd like to hear one. I feel like I'm passing through circles, like closer to the answer though.
Boots can go through, but shoes cannot.
That still, to me, aligns with that it's more robust objects can go through, whereas weaker objects cannot.
Okay, here's one that doesn't apply to that because they are the same thing, but it also is a true answer that gives you more information. And also funny words. Boobs can go through, but breasts cannot.
Boobs can go through. More primitive. Could a... Okay, all right. I have one.
Okay.
A hominid can go through, but a hominin cannot.
Those both do not go through.
Okay. Okay. You're like, you son of a bitch. A human can go through, and Neanderthal cannot.
Those both also cannot go through.
Okay.
Okay.
The dog cannot go through either.
Dog cannot go through.
So no living objects can go through. A turtle can go through, but a raccoon cannot.
Other way, turtle can't, but raccoon can. A spoon can go through, but a fork cannot.
I take a knife through, I leave a cleaver out.
Those can both not go through.
Okay.
An arrow, I just saw that, of course, an arrow can go through, but water cannot.
Oh, wait. I think I'm starting to get the picture.
Mm-hmm.
It's words that have the same letter next to each other.
Yep,
Okay.
They gotta have double letters.
Yep. I feel like...
That's why it's called Green Glass Door.
Yep, yep. If people who watch... that's why there was no discern between the reasoning.
Yeah.
If people watch this, they're like, you fucking idiot. I that took me way longer to figure out than it should have.
I never got it. Like, I had to wait for it to be explained to me because I wasn't getting it. I thought it was about, like, properties of the objects. That's why I give you, like, weird...
As soon as you
obscure.
said water, after you said boobs and spoon, and then I thought about door, it was all, like, flashing in my brain.
Okay.
That was fun. I want to play it again.
Well, we can play the other... It's kind of another version of it. It's like another type of game like that.
Okay.
Where I say something that can, and then you try to guess something that can,
Okay.
and then try to figure out the rule.
Okay.
So this one is not a green glass door, it's an umbrella. Just say something that can go under. Don't have to worry about what can't. Just say something that can go under. So under the umbrella, I can bring a tree.
Is it the same exact thing as the
No,
two
it's not the
letters?
same rule.
Okay. You can bring a tree. Oh, it's only one object at a time, though, right?
Yeah, just say something you think you can bring another.
I bring a dog under the umbrella.
You cannot bring that.
I bring a bat.
So- You cannot bring that.
I bring a cat.
You cannot bring that.
Okay. You said you bring a tree under? Wait, what was the thing you were going to say?
The reason I had to pause for a second was because... is this revealing too much? That's revealing too much. I'm going to give you another example.
Okay.
I could bring Daisy under the umbrella.
Can you bring poison ivy?
You cannot.
You cannot. Can you bring vines?
No. I don't want to do it yet, but there is a very funny hint that, like, I don't even know if it fully gives it away, but it, like, kind of tells you how to look at it a little bit differently. But I'll wait a little bit. Like, I'll see if you can figure it out first.
All right. I bring a green glass door.
You cannot. I bring a phone under the umbrella. What you got? What you gonna try to bring under?
I bring piss under the umbrella.
You can bring piss under the umbrella. I'm gonna bring...
Is it that it's two vowels next to each other?
No.
Okay. No.
That wasn't two vowels. Next to you mean two consonants?
Wait, what did I say?
You said piss.
Sorry. Pice. Ooh, fucking gotcha. Eat shit. Can you bring shit out of the umbrella?
You cannot.
Fuck, I'm behind again.
Bomb you. Oh, the bomb didn't land. I'm gonna bring a bomb.
Can you bring an overture?
Nope.
Can you bring... Oh my god. Is the fucking answer, like, letters that only start with specific consonants? Or words that only start with specific consonants?
You're kind of on the right track. That is not it. But you're thinking the right way.
You can only bring things that don't start with a vowel?
It doesn't even matter really what you bring under there. You remember how you asked vines earlier?
Mm-hmm.
And I said no? I'm gonna give you something that might give it away.
Singular objects.
I'm gonna bring vines.
So this one is just like a bullshit arbitrary... Oh, vines. Wait, hang on. I know what it is. It's objects that have two meanings, like two definitions.
No, that's a good answer. That's good thinking.
Okay.
But that's not correct.
Well, because Daisy...
Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Piss.
I guess piss does have multiple meanings.
Yellow?
No.
Ooh, yellow.
I'm gonna bring yellow under the umbrella.
Wait, what? Wait, it can be brought under the umbrella? Is it only things that you say can be brought under the umbrella?
No, it's just that you haven't done the rule more than maybe once.
More than once.
I'm gonna bring Rosalina under the umbrella.
I feel it's so frustrating having the answer for the last thing and now starting from scratch.
I get what you mean.
People are probably fucking screeching at me right now.
I mean, if they have already heard of it, then they...
I'm going to bring followers under the umbrella.
Nope.
I'm going to bring followers under the umbrella.
Nope. I'm gonna bring followers under the umbrella. And I'm not bullshitting you. I am doing the rule and you're not. Listen to what I say. I'm gonna bring followers under the umbrella.
Is the umbrella actually an umbrella?
No, it's another thing like the other one where it's conceptual. It's hypothetical.
Okay. Something that followers has in common with umbrella? Just two L's?
No.
Give me one other object.
I'm gonna bring all of your ideas under the umbrella.
This is... I feel like I'm getting farther from the answer. All of my ideas?
Yeah. Do you want me to give you...
The umbrella... So the umbrella isn't actually an umbrella.
No, it's like the other one. Like, it allows things underneath it.
Because of something about the concept of an umbrella? Or the word umbrella?
Remember how Green Glass Door was... Like, the title was kind of a hint in its own?
Is umbrella kind of a hint in its own?
Yeah, it's...
Is umbrella in the metaphorical idea that, like, things under an umbrella are alike?
Kinda, yeah. I just in the general idea that, you know, they have... The things I'm saying can all fit under that umbrella, you know what I mean?
I'm going to bring everything under the umbrella.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep doing this one to see if you get it. I'm gonna bring everything under the umbrella.
Are there two umbrellas?
Now there's one umbrella. Or there was no umbrella. You know, it's a conceptual umbrella.
I feel dumber every answer I give.
I feel like you're gonna be mad after this one. You were happy after that last one because it was fun. I don't know if you're gonna be happy after this one.
Oh my god, is the answer whatever I choose to believe?
Well, no, because it has to follow the rule.
It has to follow the rule.
Yeah.
The rule is not spoken. Everything I say you bring under the umbrella is the answer. Everything that I bring under the umbrella can't be brought in, and everything you bring under the umbrella can be brought in.
Once again, I like that. I like your answer. That is not correct,
Okay.
and that is way more complicated than what the actual rule is.
Okay. Because it's raining.
It rains for a little bit when I answer. It stops raining when you answer.
Because they would get...
I'm gonna bring Mario Kart underneath the umbrella.
Because they would get wet.
I'm gonna bring rain under the umbrella.
Bring rain under the umbrella? I want to get it. I feel like it's just away from my fingertips. Do you feel like I'm on the right track?
I don't know if you are, but it's one of those things that I don't know if you're gonna start thinking of like on the right track. I think it's gonna snap and hit you.
Okay.
Like if you are.
I'm going to bring a box full of infinite mass and infinite space under the umbrella.
Nope. It's interesting because I think you only did it once, and then like you only got one thing correct, and then haven't done it since before. It's a little bit because you're very. I think it might be probably because you're like very intensely trying to figure it out.
Like I'm overthinking it?
Maybe. I'm gonna bring mushrooms underneath the umbrella.
I'm going to bring cats under the umbrella.
Nah. I'm gonna bring cats. under the umbrella.
You're saying everything I'm saying. Why?
Kinda.
Not to bring up Death Note again, but I fucking feel like L right now. Like, I feel like I'm just shooting in the dark. I'm going to bring a Death Note.
Yeah.
Under the umbrella.
Yep.
That can go.
Yeah.
Everything that I know what it is.
Nah.
Everything that I like.
Nah, not necessarily. Nah.
Everything that we like.
Nah.
Everything that we know what it is.
No.
I'm going to bring a 12-year-old child and shoot him in front of you under the umbrella.
No, you're not. That is,
because
it doesn't work.
Because why doesn't it work? You're like, that's a question.
I'm gonna bring a 12-year-old under the umbrella and shoot it. I'm gonna bring 11-year-old under the umbrella and shoot it. I'm gonna bring Donkey Kong underneath the umbrella.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Every time you answer, I'm dissecting the inflection, and I'm dissecting the fact that you keep saying exactly. Is it because 2 of everything is under the umbrella?
No.
I'm going to bring a slice of an orange.
Nope. The reason I keep, like, every once in a while doubling up your answer, like just saying the same thing, there's a difference. You know, like, I'm not saying the same thing just to fuck with you. I'm saying the same thing because...
You're going to bring a slice of an orange.
Nah. I get... Sorry, I paused because I was trying to, like, think about what you're saying. But yeah,
okay.
That does not work. Because I could say you're going to bring a slice of orange underneath it. And that works. Doesn't matter who's bringing it.
I am going to bring a slice of an orange? No. Oh, shit. I saved one. I tried to save one for more. This is probably... the most red-pilled episode. I'm just kidding. This is probably the most challenging episode. People in the comments, don't skip to the end if you don't know. Fucking
go through this with Nick.
Figure it out with me. If you figure it out before me, congratulations or whatever. But if you don't, fucking help me.
This one, I saw like a video of people playing it, and the rule...
Did they get mad?
Oh yeah, they got mad. They had to explain this one to me.
It's making me play better.
Video. I got it because of like there were more guesses. Like it was 2 people playing and one person, like one separate person was giving the hints.
Mm-hmm.
So I had like my guesses, both their guesses and the real examples, and then it got escalated.
So
they made it very obvious.
I'm gonna pump the brakes for now. Tell me on my answers. Tell me more about what you would bring under the umbrella.
Okay, I'll bring green shell. I'll bring that light. I'll bring
everything that you see. You bring under the umbrella.
I'll bring Bowser. I close my eyes.
Okay.
For the people listening. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter where I see. I'll bring
everything under the
Trinity. I'll bring
what does
Nick.
Trinity have?
I'll bring me underneath the umbrella. I'll bring an umbrella under the umbrella.
Is it?
No guess is too stupid.
There are no dumb questions. No, actually, no question can be possibly dumber than the answer. So,
yeah.
Is it something meta?
Yeah. Kind of, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to bring something meta under the umbrella.
No. Do you want a little bit of a hint?
Yes. No. Yes.
Have you noticed me say or do anything specific before each of my answers?
Not the same thing twice, I don't think, other than just saying that you were, as in from your perspective, I'm going to.
I even said that you're going to bring something one time. I mean, it's just kind of like the way the game plays that you say something you're bringing.
Is it just that we're both bringing things under the umbrella?
No. It's another thing like Green Last Door where there's a rule.
Because I did notice that. Like, I thought my answer... Well, I don't know. You never confirm how close I was with that. I thought my answer was that... or my answer earlier that it's whatever I'm going to bring under the umbrella, not what you're going to bring under the umbrella.
I mean, just as an example, it's not necessarily the way the game is played because you usually just say something you're bringing.
Okay.
But just to disprove your suspicions, you're gonna bring a question block underneath the umbrella.
Okay. Did I get closer to the answer, would you say, if you were in my position?
You've definitely, yes, you've approached it more than you started.
Okay. I'm going to bring King Boo under the umbrella.
Nope.
I haven't gotten a right answer in a while. Like, that's crazy to me. I'm going to bring a penguin under the umbrella.
Nope.
I'm going to bring 3 of an object that I will not disclose under the umbrella.
Nope.
I'm going to bring 2 of an object
Nope.
that I will disclose.
I cut you off because it already didn't pass the rule.
Okay. It has to be 1 of an object.
Do you want to test that?
I'm going to bring 2 of me under the umbrella.
Nope.
I'm going to bring 1 of me under the umbrella.
Nope.
You're going to bring 1 of me under the umbrella.
Nope.
The umbrella is closed. Give me some more answers.
It's funny because you right there kind of almost did it if you answered. Like, I'm gonna bring a penguin.
What? Wait, what? No. No. It's that 2 of every object must be under the umbrella.
Oh, I didn't let yours through, so there's only 1 under there right now.
It's that fucking. I keep going back to it's whatever you bring under the umbrella.
Wait, you're gonna bring a camera.
I'm going to bring. Wait, I'm going to bring a camera.
You're gonna bring a camera.
Is it that you're saying
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I say you have to say before you say your answer.
I don't know.
I'm gonna bring a banana. I'm gonna bring penguins. You said I'm gonna bring penguins. That doesn't work.
Under the umbrella.
That's right. I'm gonna bring an
Wait, did I figure that out or did you just tell me?
You figured it out.
Okay. Under the umbrella. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna unalive myself.
I'm gonna alive myself.
I'm gonna unalive myself.
Cross those off my podcast ideas list.
I feel empty now that it's over. Like
that's all you know anymore.
Yeah. My ears are ringing like a bomb went off. You kept saying I was close every time I would go.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Do you have one more? Like, I won't be satisfied until you have one more.
I can make a new one. I can conceptualize a new one. I don't have any more established ones that other people play and I heard it, but I can make a new rule if you want. And I can try and make a title that hints to it if you want the full experience.
Sure.
Okay.
Do you want to do a new talking point while you do that, or do you want to just think of one while I talk for a while?
I think I need it. I think I'm gonna need to think for a little bit to come up with a good one.
Umbrella.
Because you already gave some good ideas, but I don't want to just take one of those in your other guesses. So I might need a minute to think.
Okay, that's fine. I'm never going to be able to say again subconsciously without being reminded.
And I'll say it those were kind of pretty different rules that you had to bring. You know, it might be in a different vein than those as well. It might not be exactly the same type of thing. Okay. But it'll give you a challenge and you'll try to figure it out. Okay. And it'll be fun.
I'm going to bring Rosalina on the umbrella.
I'm gonna show her hand at the on the handle.
That is such a dumb rule. I'm not mad, but that's so dumb.
Yeah. That's when you said no answer, no question or whatever is too stupid.
I have a quick one while you no question is dumber than the answer. I just fucking did that to myself.
What'd you do?
I blue shelled myself.
Oh,
I became in first, and it caught up to me.
I think I have an idea.
Okay.
I don't have a name for it though. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay. It's another rule thing. We'll just say we're gonna bring this, and that doesn't have to go through anything. I'm gonna bring a cup.
Going. Is this through a door or?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I didn't think of the whole framing of it.
I'm gonna bring a drink.
Shit, I didn't flesh this rule out enough. I'll say no.
I'm gonna bring a plate.
I'll say no.
I'm gonna bring food.
No. Not specific enough.
I'm gonna bring a cat.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is gonna be good or not.
I'm going to bring the word 3.
No.
I'm going to bring the word 2.
No, it's not a word thing. It's actually a property of the object.
I'm going to bring
I'm unhappy
a
about
vessel.
this. Yes, actually.
It's vessels.
It was gonna be like containers.
Yeah. Things that contain another object, but actually...
That's where I was like, drink. Oh, no. Is that... Because it is the thing, but it's also the thing that's in it.
You know what it was? You said cup is the first thing. Like,
yeah, I fucking gave you a softball off the bat.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. No, there's nothing... that was a good attempt. Like, you actually did have me for, like, 3 answers. I was like, oh, great.
Well, I came, like... On, like, your second and third answer, I give you an
Do you want me to...
no
wait,
and a maybe.
hang on. I'm gonna whip the shotgun out of your hands now. Do you want me to try one on you?
Yeah, do the sawed off, too, so it does double damage, because I deserve it.
You don't deserve it. That was good.
I am at a lower level than I was before.
I already have one, actually.
Okay.
The answer... I'll give it a prospect, or I don't know what the word is, for, like... a device that could possibly allude to the answer.
Kind of like the title or like what it brings through or whatever.
It's a cave.
Okay. What you gonna bring into the cave?
Actually, the answer to this one, not to toot my own horn, I think is pretty thought out for the short amount of time that it took, because it's tangentially based on possibly one of the other ones that we talked about.
Okay.
All right, so it's something that can go into it's whatever can go into the cave and what can't.
Yeah.
And it's not a word thing. I'll say that.
Okay. It's not like spelling or stuff like that.
Right.
It's a property of the thing.
It's a property.
Okay. Do you want to start? Or do you want me to start?
Okay. I'm going to bring a person into the cave.
Okay. I'm gonna bring a dead person into the cave.
You cannot take a dead person into the cave.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm going to bring a dog into the cave.
I'm gonna bring a rock into the cave.
You cannot take a rock into the cave.
Is it living things?
No.
Okay.
But you're close. Like, you just did... You moved in a circle, like, closer to the center.
Okay. I am going to bring that big light blue plushie that's on my bed.
You cannot bring your big light blue plushie that's on your bed into the cave.
So I was wondering if, like, is it things that have hair or fur?
Possibly. I don't know, is it? You tell me.
Is it things that have hair or fur on them?
No.
Well, you said no to the big plushie.
Right.
So, I'm going to bring a gear into the cave.
You cannot bring a gear into the cave.
Okay. That's because I was like, is it things that have teeth?
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to give you another answer?
Sure.
I'm going to bring an amoeba culture into the cave. Do you know what an amoeba culture is?
I think so. Explain it, just in case I don't. Explain it for the listeners. I know.
It's a microorganism that... Oh God, I can't tell you exactly what...
Because the description would give...
It might send you too close to the right track.
Gotcha. Is it...
Let's say this. I will disclose to you the consequences of encountering an amoeba. I will not say the specific kind of thing that it does.
Okay.
People get sick if they touch an amoeba, or if they interact with an amoeba.
Wait. Oh.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Oh. I see your brain flex.
Oh, it's squeezing. It's throbbing.
It's sloppy.
Oh, there's blood pouring out.
And I'll give you a satirical one.
Okay.
I will bring a McRib into the cave.
Is it things that can be eaten or put into a person?
You're close, and not quite. Don't think so specific. Do you want me to give you another one, or do you want to try one?
Slap me one more answer.
I will bring a anaconda into the cave. There's a theme that overarches.
Yeah.
I will bring a xenomorph into the cave.
Is it things that have mouths? It's like mouth of the cave. Yeah. Okay.
Well, you're on the right track though. Like,
yeah.
I mean, yes and no.
Is it things that eat?
Could you be more specific?
Is it things that vore?
Less
specific.
Yeah, less specific. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you. Yes, it's things that cannot exist without consuming other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like as a whole unit, like because then we could. I was hoping that we weren't gonna like unpack the part that's like, well, fucking everything eats everything technically, but
In a metaphorical sense.
yeah, like it has to be a whole object. Like a cow scraping fucking shit cells off of grass does not count.
Yeah.
Like,
So what was the thing about the amoeba culture that gave it away? Like,
so
what did
there's
they do?
these things. There's things called brain-eating amoebas.
Oh.
If you get infected with an amoeba, it gets you sick by because it's eating your brain.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's a singular. You know what it is? It's like venom. like it feeds off of you one cell at a time, and then it multiplies and gets bigger.
I get why you couldn't say that because that would have given it quicker.
Yeah.
Like it led me to it right away. Mm. All right.
In a way, it does. Yes.
I already kind of had my mindset in this area because we were talking about Vore earlier, so I was like, oh yeah, eating things.
That's kind of where that's why I like shook my head a little bit when I thought of this. Like, okay, here we go.
I like your idea better than my idea.
Do we want to move on from the abstract?
Okay, we'll move on from the silly games of bringing things.
We can bring it back if you want to, but I feel like it's wore out its welcome.
Do you want to roll the die and see what number we get?
Yes, completely. 4.
4? Okay. So you know how in the Bible, about to get religious here.
Okay.
All you non-Christians, get the fuck out. I'm kidding. So you know how, like, the idea of Adam and Eve got tempted by the apple, like, with the knowledge that they wanted to,
with
like...
the knowledge.
Yeah, they wanted to know more, and they ate the apple. But it's kind of funny to just think, like, oh, apple, that tastes good, I'll eat that. If you were in that situation...
Like, would I take the apple?
We're going stupider for this topic, but we can talk about that too. If I was in that situation, like current me, if I got plopped there, I'd be like, fucking an apple. Come on, give me something better. What?
You wouldn't want an apple, you would want something better than paradise?
I'm going more jokingly off of like that they got tempted by an apple.
Okay.
Like, what would you want?
Oh, like
what would tempt you?
What would be the vessel for eternal knowledge
Yeah,
that supersedes God?
Come on, apple. What the hell?
Probably a fucking I don't know, a computer or something. Like, at least it's functional.
Yeah. Like, what would modern Adam and Eve be tempted
Oh my god.
by?
Do you think that there's like a Christian motif in Apple products?
The apple of my Eve.
The apple of my Mac.
Like, what if a Big Mac was hanging from the tree?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I do it for a Big Mac. I mean, if it were me, and I was thinking about like how like the fantasy of mythology works, where like, you know, there's like a device that goes more into the abstract, I would want it to be something cool like a sword.
Oh, something that has a little bit more action to it.
Yep. Like, you know, it's like it already has an inherent power on its own. Because Apple, like I think the thing that makes Apple fascinating, you know, as like the narrative device, is because an apple is like an unassuming object that benefits people. Like, it's purely nourishing, and so for it to be so sinister is kind of a subversion of expectations.
And it's kind of like the ancient candy, you know, like fruits are the treat. So it's like, oh, this good thing, but like
it's desirable, and it could like only mean good things, like, which makes it scary.
It looks good. What could be so bad about it?
Right. I'm with you. What would your object be?
Maybe like Daisy.
Dude, I'd do it for Rosalina.
Yeah.
Actually, if
I'd bring sin onto the earth for Rosalina.
Funny story about that. Do you know what the Epic of Gilgamesh is?
I've heard that. I don't remember.
It slightly predates Christianity, but like a lot of themes and motifs in Christianity are parallels to, and basically what it refers to is it's one of the first civilizations.
Okay.
So Babylonians, well, not Babylonians, but like Assyrians were some of the first people to really conceive of it, and it was just like the world's first religion that took place in Mesopotamia, which is also kind of the birthplace of like a lot of other monotheistic religions.
Okay.
So the Epic of Gilgamesh is like their version of the Bible and a lot of like heroic stories, but it's more centered around like a singular character, Gilgamesh, who goes on like these adventures, and basically it's just a simplified format of like unpacking all of the mythology in the religion. Is like he encounters everything except the creator that Gilgamesh like was born of, like that like made him like the titular character, their version of God. Also created Lilith, which that like the iconography and the legend of Lilith bled into like other predating religions because they're all very interwoven because they come from the same part of the world. Lilith was actually a kind of narrative prototype for Eve because Eve never specifically alludes to this in the Bible, but Lilith was originally made from, I think, wax or stone by, I want to say, whoever their god was, to give Gilgamesh a purpose, yet she predates Gilgamesh because she served no purpose before Gilgamesh. But she's not like Eve in that she was like she is, you know, the ideal partner to Adam, or in this context Gilgamesh. She's like a foul temptress, and she's like she kind of harbors the trope of being like a harpy. She's like a proto harpy because her spirit, oh my god, I just fucking made it. Sort of embodies the idea of like temptation. Like she is the apple. So that's like kind of a it's an interesting thing because there's a lot of cultures that are like closely related to that religion that you know, elaborates on Lilith, and like the actual name Lilith or any deviation of it, like Lillian, etc., is like that's the first etymological like way it was heard. Like that's where the pronunciation and everything comes from. Even though you would think it was a much more like Christianized version, but it's weird how some things stick and some things don't. Because she represents like secrets from God, and also that she's like she's down bad, like figuratively and literally.
Oh, you bombed me.
I did.
What am I? I was gonna say the world.
No.
I was gonna say the World Trade Center. I was like, that doesn't make sense.
I think you mean the censor. The censor.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know. Can you? I mean, it's up to you. If we can talk about premature babies, we could talk about the World Trade Center.
If we can Vore it up all day.
Yeah, we've talked. We haven't censored Vore, and you have no plans to. So.
No.
That's the only thing you leave out or leave in.
Vore. That was a great beat.
Vore.
The lava Vore would be.
Yeah. Everything Vores everything.
This episode's called the Vore episode.
No. No, it's not. I also want to clarify about Lilith. A lot of that is like misinformation. That's me reciting secondhand through fucking what I heard about it. And also, it's part of the archaeological record because it's not a currently standing religion, so people don't truly know. Like, you know, there's part of the record, but we can't put all the pieces together. It's just understood that Lilith is mostly political, but also like spiritual enemy to followers of that religion. And her imagery can be found like in many parts of the ancient world, even in ancient Greece, because they kind of considered themselves like the nobles of Greek society considered themselves to be like pretty scholarly.
Yeah.
They studied things like this, which, you know, a lot more of the record would have been available. And there's like, it's sort of a cryptid. Like there's imagery of Lilith in Greek mythology. And then there's also like adaptations of her. She's denoted by having like the feet of a hawk or an eagle. And she has these wings. But she also is like beautiful. Like, so she, every time you see her, she looks different because she's adopting the beauty standards of the time.
Gotcha.
It's a really like ambiguous, obscure, like fascinating topic for historians.
That does seem like something that I've heard of, kind of emulated in other mythologies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where, like the temptress woman, but she has like ulterior motives.
That's the birthplace of it.
And like the animalistic features too.
Yes. Like that specifically through Western religions and Western cultures, because for a large part of history,
sorry, I just swiped Cooper in the lava.
There hadn't been like many exchange of cultures like that. You said Cooper?
Koopa.
Oh, Koopa. Sorry, I swiped Cooper into the lava. Help! I can't remember how this topic started. Oh yeah, the fucking. I'd choose Lilith if Rosalina wasn't an option. I mean, one and the same.
If they put Lilith underneath the tree, like that, yeah, I'll take your knowledge.
I once had a dream where Rosalina was like, abandon all your friends and connections and stay with me.
Only Rosalina. Only Rosalina. Only Rosalina.
Just Rosalina. Just Rosalina.
That's just not only. I'm a fake fan
of them. You haven't put like pop-ups in the podcast, but they feel it. The viewers at home, they feel it. It's been too long. They know.
I don't know if I ever want to put visuals for the podcast because it's nice to just have it be simple audio.
Maybe somebody will secondhand make an edit one day.
Y'all want to make animations of us? That'd be cool.
Of us blinking for like an hour and 45?
No, the stories we tell and the things we talk about.
I would love to see that.
Yeah. But I have thought about before, putting visual references for what we're talking about. Like, if we talk about a picture, we put up the picture. If we talk about, a website, put up the website, or whatever. If we talk about Vore, put up examples.
You don't have to.
Videos.
You bitched out last time. I looked at the description of, the last video we referenced it.
Well,
it's not there.
That was one you explicitly told me I probably shouldn't put anyway.
Yeah, that is true. But you said you were gonna. To defy,
yeah, I lied.
To defy me. I Lilithed you.
Yeah.
You didn't give in.
Or was I the Lilith and you took me away? You converted me to non-Lilithology.
Lilithology.
So how was your day?
I was here.
You got steak?
I probably should refrigerate that.
Is it still sitting on the counter?
Yeah.
Go put that in the fridge.
Okay, I will. I was like, it's fine. It's mostly cooked. It's mostly not.
Yeah, it was explicitly not very cooked.
What do you think the precise temperature of the rocks are right now?
At the moment?
Yeah. Do they put them in a freezer to reset? Somebody has to wash them.
They probably, water cool them, I would assume. Okay, so I have another topic. Because we like to do the dice roll thing.
Yes.
And there's no D7, and we were at 8 before, so I want to, get down to 6.
You want to leave it at that one?
We just did 1.
Okay.
So I'm just going to pull out the D6. So I'm just going to knock one out of the way, because it's kind of tangential related to what we're talking about anyway. And then we're down to 6, and we can keep rolling.
Okay. Right.
So, next topic for us to consider. Would you eat a guy?
What do you mean? Wait, how is this not related?
No, it's tangential. It is related. That's why I want to get out of the way quickly.
Okay, sorry. I misinterpreted what you said.
It's very related.
Eat a guy for what? If I was desperate?
So, okay, there's many contexts we can put this in. Right?
Are you leaving it open-ended?
We can talk about it in several contexts, right?
That would depend on my answer.
So there's if there's the question of would you eat a person if you had to survive?
Right.
There's the question of
would
somebody
you eat?
Offered their body up, I'm gonna die soon anyway. So do the Wagyu thing with me, where just give me a good end of my life, make me really healthy, and then take my meat and serve it to people, and I consent to that.
You know what? I'm gonna be an adult about this one. If it was socially acceptable, yes, I would do it.
I think I would too.
I'm not gonna downplay the potential fucking stupidity of this.
Stupidination.
If he wanted me to, I would not. If
you don't have to know the person. Okay, say it's in the context of you go to this very special high-end restaurant where that's the system. People can offer their bodies up to be I'm gonna die young and I don't care. Right. This restaurant gives me the best end of my life.
Okay. We're doing the Domix hypothetical of they.
Yeah, yeah. It's the Wagyu thing. So it's humanely gathered and is prepared really well, and you just get to try it. There's no humanization behind it. It's just you're basically trying new meat.
Let me ask you this: so if we do that,
you said doo. That fits that green glass door.
Mm-hmm. I need a minute. If we do that,
okay.
What happens to you? Are you also subject to being eaten? Does the risk go up, or is it just would you eat a guy, no consequences?
Yeah, it's just if it's a restaurant experience. You go to a restaurant,
here's my thing: is
blanky to blank.
I would not eat a guy in any conditions other than it's the only alternative, or it's somehow I'm enriching my life culturally. I have to have some other benefit to participating in cannibalism than just because the thing is I don't know about cannibalism, and I'm definitely just like my perspective is from like the cultural perspective that I come from is that it's generally kind of demonized.
But that's usually because the situation that brings it about is bad.
Yeah,
like someone has to die first.
I wouldn't unconsensually eat somebody, but if they were the only alternative and like they were okay with it, I would. But that's a very unique circuit. Like you have to meet a lot of boxes for that, or check a lot of boxes for that.
Cause you're thinking about like I'm stranded with this person,
right?
And they're not doing well, like they're dying, and they're like, shit, man, this is bad, but I'm gonna say it, like if I die before you, you can eat me if you need to,
right?
Like that would be a situation where I also would.
A lot of people say like, and I think this is a cop out. They would say like, I'll choose starvation. It's like you really wouldn't. I don't think you understand. Starvation is like. And I've never been at risk for starvation.
Yeah,
but that's a different kind of pain. It's probably more psychological than anything because you are confronting your body has to eat something. If it doesn't eat like something that's not you, it's going to eat you. Like there's a lot more than just being like really hungry. You will start to lose yourself if you don't. That's the thing. The
situation attributed to is usually like it's gonna be really painful. It's gonna be sad. Like you're gonna be alone probably.
Yeah.
Like no help.
Well, there's also like you'll become like more animalistic. You will lose properties of your personality that like you'll never probably get back.
Because your brain's pledged to like we need something. We need something. That's all we gotta worry about. Is we gotta eat.
Yeah, that's like rule number 1. You technically don't have to do anything but eat. Like, if you want to be,
that can be your only conscious decision.
All you have to do is eat. Like, I mean, but you know, we live in a time period in civilization where you have a lot of choice in what you can eat.
You can eat a person if you want to.
Yeah,
not yet.
Behind closed doors, you probably could. I bet there's a lot of rich people that do.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's fine dining. You're telling me there's not like at least one like very wealthy person out there that's like tried to privatize or like commercialize?
Yeah, probably.
I know that's usually probably like that's something you'd see in movies, but like I can guarantee there's one.
And if there's one, there's more coming.
Yeah, there's a non-zero chance.
So you need a guy?
What? I mean, I would.
I need a guy.
Like only if it like really pushed me to it, because the thing is like. You know what it is? I'm not really that much into meat. Like, I'm not vegan or vegetarian. Was that a guess because you fell off or because...
A little bit of both.
That was my guess because Sky Kralo fell off. I knew you were going to pause it.
Yeah, at the same time as me.
Yeah, I did. What if we both...
Sky Kralo never fell on. You can't fall off if you never fell on.
Well, I think you're saying that because you're afraid of the consequences of losing what you actually did gain. So you would eat a guy, what, in those same circumstances, or...
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you. Like, if it was either my last chance to eat, like, my last resort,
right.
Or if it was fully humane and I knew it was humane and, like, there weren't any also negative health consequences to it that I knew of. Because that's also another issue.
Yeah, if they have, like, AIDS, like...
I don't want AIDS.
Yeah, all you're doing is, like...
I'll be the first to say it. I don't want AIDS.
Yeah. I'll also... Yeah, I'm just throwing this out there. I don't know about the hate I'm going to get for it. I don't want AIDS either. Okay, but, like, let's get real for a minute. Like, if you're in that situation, let's say, like, they are not leaving you a choice. Let's have a little fun with this conversation we're going to bring up. If you are in a desert island situation and there's no food, like let's say you're in like a remote like North Atlantic, like fish aren't there, like most of the water is toxic. He's not injured, and both of you do not have a solution to food. Like, and would you kill somebody and eat them to prioritize yourself over them? And let's throw another little sprinkle on top. They're not injured. They're not dying.
Yeah, you're both like...
You have very good chances of beating them. Like, let's say, like, they're weaker than you, or they're not as proficient, like, in the situation as you.
So it's...
Let's say it's, like, on a spaceship, like, where you have a gun and they don't.
That's another one where, like, obviously, I would want to say, no, I wouldn't do that. Oh, I'd be better than that. I would offer my body up for them.
Would you, like... Because you can face starvation, like... in that context, because they're not going to just give it to you, or you can do a couple things. here. You can pretend to be friends with them. You can, like, earn their trust.
Yeah.
Or you can take it from them, which is like,
I mean, which one's
both
even better?
both are despicable, but
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm thinking about, like, would I let myself go there?
Yeah.
And it's another thing where you couldn't really know unless you got there, which, God forbid I ever do. God forbid I ever go to space with one other person and get stuck there and then have to eat them.
I slowly put tickets in my pocket. Would you like try to lure him? Would you be like, hey, there's a breach over here, I need your help, and then just like freeze his ass to death and have leftovers for a while?
So here's the thing. I could definitely see a situation where I would be like, I don't want to offer my body up for that. I'm selfish for that. Mm-hmm. And like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to kill him and eat him.
The other incentive here is, like, let's not forget, if you get into like an altercation with this person, let's say no matter like the stakes and no matter what your build is, it's always that he is slightly at a disadvantage to you. But that means that if you don't act, like, you lose your advantage over time because you're going to be starving. You might be like sleepy or something. He could do it.
He could think of it and be like, I need to do it.
And he probably is if you are. Like, assume that's a safe bet.
Yeah.
And he's probably even slightly more desperate than you are.
Because he sees, like, maybe that I have the advantage.
Yes. Like, it's also like prisoner's dilemma. Like,
yeah.
If I'm a cool guy, but he's the asshole. Like,
if it's such a desperate situation where I don't know if I'm ever going to get out of this, and, like, this is my last chance for food, that might be a point where if I can still, like, logically think well enough, and, like, I'm not fully just overcome with instinct, I might just be like, what am I going to do after that? Like, there's no food after that. Right. It doesn't matter anyway. I'm just going to let myself die.
It's probably going to happen faster than you think. Let's say, like, for instance, it is on a spaceship, or if it's on, like, a desert island, fine, whatever. Like, there's a cruise ship coming, but it's not for, like, 6 months.
Yeah.
Like,
it's basically hopeless anyway.
Yeah, so your options are, like, demoralize yourself and eat this man without his consent, and then you get saved for the rest of your life, because that's a life that you might not want to live either, because you won't be hungry, but you probably will be in jail or something.
Maybe not even that, but, like, just even have to live with that.
Yeah. So would you take, like, I guess the root of the question is, like, would you take your quality of life and, like, end it there, or, like, compromise your own rest of your life, or would you actually continue on living, with the realization that you're probably never going to be able to live your life the way you want to again after that?
Mm-hmm. This makes me think, and again, I don't know if I would be able to do this. Mm. It makes me wonder if I'd be able to be the other type of person where I would be the one to offer myself up, because then maybe the other person wouldn't have to live with so much guilt, as opposed to if one of us had to kill the other. Because overall, that is, like, utilitarian, the best option is then there's no hard feelings and one person gets to live.
Yes, like, that would be like a worthy discussion.
If someone does offer the body up, but would I be able to? I don't know.
I can agree with you in that. Like, I think the most important conversation would be the opening conversation. Like, arrange, like, a meeting where you sit down and you have that conversation of, like, you don't have to, like, start talking about cannibalism right away, but I mean, that'd probably be, like, what's going to happen.
So that's topic number 3.
Yeah, like, you're like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And also, like, you kind of have to play poker with him a little bit, too, because, like, he and you both damn well know there's not enough food for you both, and there's, like, that's, at that point, let's say there's no food. Like, you only have so long to either reach a viable solution together that's, like, very unlikely, or guarantee at least one of you goes on.
Yeah. And
it depends on, let's say, like, because it would be very different if it was, like, a friend or a partner or whatever.
Shit, this might be the Vore episode.
No. No. Let's the way you edit it, we
the way I edit this is not going to help, okay?
Yeah, this is the Vore episode. We're finally there.
We're having a full conversation about it.
This is a very special event in what we usually do history.
We're exploring all the topics, all the different tangents of it.
It always traces back to one.
I was actually going to name it, like, something related to the riddles we did before, the little games.
It's going to be ***** the Vore episode. Okay, so in my situation, like, because I haven't really fleshed out my answer. Like, I'm gonna just say this. I don't think I have enough confidence in my own morality to be like, I probably would try to like trick this dude. I don't think that I am willing to compromise, or I don't think I would be like willing to like maintain my integrity for like, for the sake of utilitarianism.
Yeah.
I think it's just like, it's best to just end it there. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot longer suffering. You're going to be disadvantaging yourself if you wait. Like, you just like take a fucking rock, wait for him to turn around, and just take care of it at the earliest sign you can. Like, that's the only thing you can do.
I recognize that in myself as well. That's why I think if I had enough sensibility at the start of it, I might try to trick myself. Yeah. And just edge that one out.
Hey, Luke, look out the window for a second.
Because I recognize that I might get desperate and decide to kill him to eat him. I was thinking, what if I just throw myself under the bus as early as possible?
My intentions are to eat you.
But
they're like, we have a fridge.
You can cool. I can cool. Jesus Christ, I can't talk. In that first conversation we have, like, where we're trying to, devise our plan, like, how are we going to get off this island? Are we going to, what's our food source? I might just, even against my instincts, say, hey, by the way, like, if this gets bad and we don't have another option, you can kill me and eat me if you really need to. Just put myself in the position where he won't feel bad if he has to kill me. And then, like, if I get I get desperate,
you would justify it.
Yeah, I would give him justification.
Because that's a little more than just like the binary answer of like, I would either take action or not. That's interesting, because you are now going an extra step so that you can sleep a little bit better at night, instead of just, doing like the ultimately necessary thing or maintaining your integrity entirely. Like, you're going down like the internal complex path of like, well, if like, maybe ultimately the world wouldn't have been as good off with him in it as having been the surviving one instead of me. Like, that's basically what that is saying. So that's interesting.
Because then, I mean, I don't know if I would even be able to sleep well at night, because then, there's a chance he kills me in the night.
Right.
And, like, without having to feel bad about it. But it just kind of gives... It's kind of like the offering my body up thing, but a little bit less even required of me.
Right. You're doing what I do in Death Note, like, as a strategy.
Because then that also takes the future me out of the equation of, like, if I do change my mind, he doesn't have to listen to me then. Like, he can take my word for when... Before I offered it, like, hey, wherever it comes down to, I allow you to at this moment. Because then if I start to get desperate and try to kill him, he has even more of a justification to take me and, like, take me up on the offer that I gave before.
You know what I think it is like, if I'm in that scenario, because I agree with your premise, like, the human, like, ego mind, like how you think of yourself, would do that. Like, that's the natural justification, is like, I don't care and am not willing to recognize maybe that his life has a measurable metric of worth over mine or not. It's just that, like, I'm going to be the one that makes it out of here if it comes down to the two of us.
Yeah.
And you taking that justification path is really interesting to me, because I guess in my internal philosophies, I don't recognize that, like, we are important enough to the grander scheme of things that it's like trying to reach a compromise or trying to, like, approach it from that perspective of utilitarianism is worth it. Because, like, at the end of the day, I kind of think we're just like animals that developed sentience, but it is entirely acceptable and probable to assume that other people think that people are more than that.
Mm-hmm. So, are you saying, like, once it gets shrunk down to that level, maybe the morals of it wouldn't even matter to you? It's like, I just want to get it done.
It's like, we don't even think about it when animals do that to each other out of desperation, because they don't have a moral center.
They're doing what's best for them.
Yeah, they're doing what's best for them, and to them, that is morality.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they could go on to like parent children and have a wholesome being and ultimately move their species better. It's a more analytically logical thing to do. Is to just like make it quick, and I guess fulfill the one purpose that you do have as an animal in the utilitarian sense. Like, I guess if we're going down that point of view.
Yeah. Because it sounds like you kind of align with this thing I'm about to say as well. It seems like a lot of people might have the idea that humans aren't necessarily special in any way.
Right.
They're just another set of animals. So what's the difference between like a wolf killing another wolf and a human killing another human?
Yeah.
Which just to eat.
Which also just happens every day. Like, not the eating thing for humans, but like it just happens every day.
Yeah.
I
benefit from this. I'm gonna
it's
kill
just
you.
as condemnable that like people shoot each other in the street and like take their money.
Yeah.
Like how is it any different? It's not really. But the thing is, like, in a closed circuit scenario where it's two people looking at each other,
licking their lips,
salivating, lips, looking like they see steak.
Yeah.
In a black rock. This is the Vore episode. We've talked about this for way too long for it to be anything else. This is the leading like chapter.
I need to embrace a little more. Give me a second. I need to take a bite of some raw meat.
No. Luke, no. Then the conversation will never leave it.
We're already in it. There's nothing we can do.
What we usually do. Well, I don't like that you ate it into a ball.
Take your headphones off or scooch away, or like skip 5 seconds ahead if you don't want to hear this. Maybe a little more than 5 seconds.
God. It was so visceral. You know what it was? Is usually it's the inverse. I can tolerate the sound. It was watching like your teeth like tear the flesh. It's like they like clamp down on it in that like in the wrong way.
Is that not very related to what we're talking about?
It is. It's like 1-to-1. But just watching it happen, because the thing about the steak is you eat it anyway, but you ate it in such a way that it like contradicted you went against the grain. Yeah. like you had to.
I wanted the fight.
You brute. You brute force that part, and it would have been so much easier to orient it.
Just rotate it 90.
Rotate it 90 degrees. It would have been so much like more pleasant for you.
Oh, that's what you think.
You wanted the fight.
This is what we're talking about with that Vore picture.
You wanted to taste.
Like, as the part of the desire that they're struggling.
Yeah, I get. Evidently, like
the little ones.
Yeah, the little ones. This makes it sound like you're describing children.
What? No. Was the full name of it was like Vorephilia? Vorephilia?
Well, yeah, like
something like that.
Philia, like is like the
attraction
root,
to something.
Yeah, the root word. Yeah.
If you look that up on Wikipedia, there's a very funny image that shows up as the example.
Yeah.
It's a big anime person pouring the people out of a house into their mouth.
Yeah, I'm sure that's been memed like a number of times. If it's big enough to be on Wikipedia, yeah. Anime always adds another level to things. like that. That's so comical because of the amount of detail they put into it and the amount of like. It's so idolized or idealized.
Does it make it more or less real to you? Like, oh shit, this is in the real world. That somebody spent time on that, but it is cartoon.
It makes it more real because like just the concept of it I find funny, but I find it.
When you realize someone spent time on that,
I'm gonna pause for a second. I just realized our friends are gonna watch this episode.
Yeah, we
have spent over an hour of our time revisiting this from various angles.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's like slightly over an hour.
Well, a lot of it was the games, so maybe not the. Well, we did like
the third game. Yeah, there's no getting around it. It's, anyway, yeah. The anime makes it a little more real because, like, people go to school and work and spend a lot of money to learn how to draw like that.
Yeah. Like,
careers are made and families are made around that. And I know I'm a little bit exaggerating, like, the scale of that.
Daddy, how'd you make all your money?
But it's like...
What do you do for work?
I'm a graphic designer.
I work at the bank.
I work at the bank.
Oh, cool. Which bank? Vore.
Vore. I mean Vore.
Vore of America, Vore.
But it's also so niche that you have to introduce the concept to people still. Like,
yeah.
So it's such a weird thing. And we pretend like we're not interested in it. Like, to discuss.
I pretend like I don't jack off to this daily.
It's so easy now, I'm a god. Yeah, the anime, I don't know your thoughts on that, if you'd care to share. Makes it a little too, like, authentic.
I tried to think about that, and I just, I let the laughs go, and then we move on, and then we don't move on.
We can't.
No, we can't.
I have to have the questions.
It's all encompassing.
I have to have the questions answered.
Just like the little people going to the big person, they're all encompassed by the stomach.
Yes. I'm not naive enough to pretend like I don't understand where they're coming from. Like, this is not my coming out. That, like,
Mom, Dad, I have something to tell you.
You're living on your own. Okay.
We don't accept you.
We don't accept you anymore.
You know the weird thing about it
speaks for itself.
Is we say it's a niche thing because what percentage of the population actually is into that?
Right.
But
at least outwardly,
the thing about the internet is now we have a view of two things. We have a view of many more cultures and things within those cultures that we would have never known about before. And two, we get to see peeks into other people from those cultures and from those interests that we would not have been able to see. So we can understand a little bit more about the world. Because we have that knowledge, even though it is a niche topic, there are millions of people that are into Vore.
Yes. If
so many people into Vore.
Like, if you watch the data...
You may be one of them.
We know it's you.
If you're into Vore, go ahead and put in the comments. Let us know.
Reach out to us.
Yeah.
We'll add you in the Discord.
We'll make a Vore Discord.
The data. Let's say a global catastrophic event. Like, let's say, like, some giant anime person came and started eating the population of Earth. The data would skyrocket for the amount of people that are into Vore because of the niche. Like, it would go from, like, 1% to, like, 53.
Like 40% of that 53% would only discover it as it's happening.
Yep.
Like, oh no!
Let's say you're like the world's greatest detective that didn't predict this event. You're like watching the numbers and it's just like, it's going up.
And the people that have been like fantasizing about it for years, they're like, oh my god, my one chance. I never thought I'd have the chance.
It's finally like they run and jump off a cliff.
I knew if I prayed hard enough.
I knew if I prayed hard enough. The one true God I believe in.
Giant Hatsune Miku.
I would just like take a shit ton of pills and like, see how long it takes me to lose consciousness.
Yeah. Down those whatever pills that they gave us for getting sick from Steak and Shake.
Yeah.
Like, what did these do to me? I never really took these.
I never took any.
Yeah. I took some of them, but I still have like half a bottle. I could probably sell those.
Which is don't actually where you're gonna get caught because you just outed yourself.
No, this was for comedic purposes. I'm not gonna sell it. Wink, wink.
Nudge, nudge, kiss, kiss, more.
Just sell, pills.
Sell, pills.
I don't even know what those do. Like, what's their actual function in our bodies?
It was probably to prevent you from throwing up, like, so that your stomach didn't clench up or something.
Oh yeah. Well, would that actually be beneficial? Like, doesn't my body need to just get rid of that?
Yeah, you did need to reject it, but also it might lead to different issues if like your body went overboard with it.
And I probably already got everything out on that first day anyway.
Yeah, like it was like a gallbladder thing.
If you don't know what we're talking about, listen to the other episodes.
My honest reaction to Vore.
Have we even talked about? We probably have at some point, right? There's like 13 other. 14,
yeah,
15.
no, I think that was like right out the gate. We started talking about food poisoning.
Yeah.
Do we have another topic that's away from this?
Yeah, I got 6 on there. Right? You want to roll a die?
Five. By the way,
okay,
I'm gonna get the joke.
What? I'm kidding.
I retained that joke that I alluded to like a while ago when we played.
Oh yeah,
It's not. Yeah, I was gonna wait until our challenge. I'm just gonna tell it now.
Okay.
Zach, I'm sorry if you're watching this episode and you really wanted to hear it.
They deserve to hear it.
Why was 6 afraid of 5?
Why?
Because 5 forward 3. I found a way.
Is it purely a play on the 789 thing, or is there wordplay to that?
I just thought 789.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a minute.
Because 5 forward 3.
Because 5 forward 3.
Was that it? You just flipped it?
Yeah. It works.
So Zach, how do you feel? How does it feel that you finally get to hear that?
If you want to deliver, or if you want to cut out the original way I said it, 5 forward 3.
Okay. So number 5 is public speaking and like performance.
Okay.
And like nerves with that. I kind of wanted to talk about that topic because I was thinking about this recently.
Okay.
Because I was watching Smosh, and like a lot of people on Smosh, that YouTube channel, are from a theater type of, like a performance type of background.
It's generally become that, right?
Yeah, and they do a lot of like skits, and they're on the internet. They're performative in general. It kind of got me thinking about my like experiences with having nerves for like going up to do a speech, or like doing something that's supposed to be entertaining for a group of people. And I feel like I always get really bad nerves. I don't know if that's something you can even shake, or if like repetition is what makes it used to it. And you have a little bit of experience with this too. Like, you know,
for sure.
You do performative things sometimes. Like we've had a past with like take theater classes. You did one recently as well.
Yes.
Like a dramatic. What exactly was it? It was like acting 101 or something?
Yeah, it was introduction to acting.
Okay.
But like it was in front, and I know exactly where you're coming from. But I'll wait for you to like finish what you were saying. But it is jarring to actually be in front of a group, and it was a like fairly sizable group. Like I think something like 30 people.
That's a big group.
Yeah.
The high school ones, I don't know how big the later ones were because I only took the intro, like dramatic arts class. It's probably like 15 people, maybe less.
Like I don't know how to describe stage fright exactly. It's your sense of self in its entirety is projected. Like you are the only one speaking.
Yeah.
It also puts you in a weird position of power, and I think that's part of like what is so unnerving about it. Is the things that you could say could like reflect on this group a lot.
I am shaping this crowd's experience tonight.
Yeah, like it's in your hands.
Yes,
it's every human has a fundamental like fear of responsibility.
I've never, maybe not never. It's uncommon for me in my past to actually go up in front of like do the thing where you're on a stage.
Yeah,
like go in front of hundreds of people. YouTube doesn't really count because I'm not actually in front of those people. I can distance myself. Like, that's easy to do. In the Femboys and Lethal Company video, that was in front of 3.4 thousand people, but they weren't, here.
That's still a lot of people, like, that remember that experience.
Yeah.
You can't undo that.
Something about it, though, it has to be in person for me to get scared, like, truly.
Yeah.
Because I'm very, like, in the moment physical, like, with my... if I'm going to respond to something emotionally. And for me, in the physical, I was in front of a camera. And that's it.
Like, yeah, it still probably wouldn't even be the same thing if you did it, like, with that amount of people on a a live show or, like, a live stream. Because it's, like, it's not like they're there.
Yeah.
Like, you are seeing their reactions. Public speaking and, like, stage fright, that's probably a very unique experience that you can only really describe by witnessing it or being a part of it.
Yeah.
Because, like, they say things that are, like, kind of one-dimensional that don't really add or draw anything from, like, your experience of it. Like, just imagine everyone naked. That doesn't change the fact that...
I got a bunch of naked people watching me? This is not better.
Yes. But also, like, X amount of, naked or not, like, people with their own thinking brains that have thoughts about you.
And I'm seeing all the reactions in real time.
Yeah.
Like, not even just, what they can type on a live stream or comments or whatever. But you can see their faces, you can see their body language. If they, like, whisper to each other, you can, like, what are they talking about me? Like, what are they not happy with something?
Yeah,
they can yell at you.
Trying to read an entire audience is probably terrifying.
They can look bored. That's probably the worst.
It also pits the two parties against each other. Like, you are there to use their time wisely. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah. They're choosing to spend this time here, and you gotta make it worthwhile for them.
Yes. I imagine that a lot when I watch, like, stand-up and stuff. When they miss a joke or it doesn't fly, and they have to just write over it, can you imagine what's going on inside their head where they have gone through they've rehearsed it, they expect it to work, and then it doesn't, and having to, like, regroup on the spot, because you can't seize up either.
Yeah.
That's going to amplify all of it.
Yeah, they make it way worse.
Yeah. You just have to move on. But can you imagine trying to get over that while you're doing another joke?
The professional, like, ones have been, they have so many people that love them and have been doing it for so many years.
Yeah.
Some of them can play off of it, and if a joke flops, they make a joke out of it, and that gets a laugh. So then it's like, oh, who cares? Like, we got a laugh out of it.
Right. You save it.
Yeah. You kind of, like, joke at yourself if you need to. But I wouldn't be able to do that. Thank God I don't do comedy.
Not without practice. I don't do comedy, looks into camera.
Stares in the microphone.
I, on the other hand...
Audience hears my eyes.
I'm the funniest son of a bitch.
Listen to my eyes.
They listened. They got enough of your eyes when you ate that steak. They need to listen to your body no more. Just your voice.
Should I do a steak eating ASMR video tonight?
Yeah. Why not? Hello, welcome to a very special episode of Skyrim. New challenge.
Oh, if I challenged the Lighting My Battlegrounds to make an ASMR video, that'd be the cringiest shit in the world.
It's not really a game, is it? I guess you have to win to decide that, which you might. Oh, God. There's a very real chance.
I gotta beat you in this game.
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about, check out our other group competitive gaming channel, Lighting My Battlegrounds.
Link in the description.
And in the top right. Just click that and go right there.
Below. Vored by the description.
Yeah. It's also a vessel.
Yeah, it is.
The description contains something.
It does. Why did we jump onto this? We latched onto this like like ticks like brushing up against a pant leg, dude. Like, let it go. It's so wrong looking behind me.
What do you mean? You're not used to doing that?
Yeah, because
used to being the one behind.
The weird thing about like when you get used to a specific orientation for so long and then you just suddenly inverted, like my brain does not compute.
Have we ever on this podcast done the mirror version where every left is right?
We never have. It's always been these settings.
Maybe next time we do that.
It's finally time to change up.
We have considered doing other games for this as well, but like I am curious at how it would affect us, like because we chose this because we talk good with this, quote unquote.
Because there's like a certain level where or a point where it's kind of redundant to be doing the same thing every time, but it's also like I think it changes something about it, the formula.
Yeah.
So it really depends on like I would not be against trying an episode where we play something else and just see how it flows. And if you think it's going to be successful, then we could go for it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. We should workshop what game we would do though. If we did a game that's like highly competitive or very involved, I don't want to just be talking about the game all the time.
That's the thing is like I
still want to do the podcast.
I think we lose something every time I exclaim my feelings or when I go quiet because I'm focusing on the game, because that's not the point of the podcast. It's the one outlet that you have that I also have that is more about sharing a little bit about who we are and what we think instead of like focusing on the channel. Like if nothing else, this is just a personal diary.
Oh yeah, for sure. This one thing I really like about YouTube is I don't, having other people see it is fun and like good for them if they get a laugh out of it. It's entertaining, but also it's fun to go back and listen or watch things that we've done before. Yeah. It's just like a documentation of our friendship.
Basically.
If I forget a joke, I'd be like, oh, I didn't know this joke that we had before. Like, look at this history we have.
I find this kind of like recording a lot more beneficial than, well, easy there. No, your mom. More beneficial than like taking a video or like a perfectly aligned or perfectly like set up photo or something, because this to me, say 10 years from now or 5 years from now, whatever, will be such a reminder of a time when, like, I actually did enjoy life in up in like all its ups and downs and like twists and turns, and it sort of is like a flight path of where my life has gone and like who I am at this time. And I don't know if it's the same thing for you as much as it's just like, you know, kind of a fun thing to do that I don't know how you see it. You probably see it in the same way I do.
This is like this podcast, this kind of format where we're just, you know, talking, hanging out. This is just like us being friends and like a documentation of that. And I think of the things we do for the internet, like the YouTube stuff, this one is the most a reflection of us, I would say, because like we get the jokes, we get the deep, we get the quiet when we're bored. It's different from like a gaming video where it's, you know, joke, funny. Like not that we're trying to push it, but just those are about we're gaming. This is about us.
Anytime we actually actively make a joke in here, it's usually because we expect each other to find it funny.
Yeah. Rather than just putting it out into the ether.
Yeah, instead of like, you know, sticking on brand. Damn, that was nice. Did we run out of that topic?
I kind of got more to say about it.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm curious. I know you said it's kind of hard to describe, but back on the like nerves about public speaking thing and like performance, do you have a way to describe how you feel like right before you have to go out and do a performance?
So I get the feel like physically I could describe what it feels like the sensation. If I go out and like, let's say it's just generally anxiety or nerves, or like if I at any point or for any reason feel like I'm concerned about like how this is going to go, my body will give me like you could feel like butterflies in your stomach basically, but I literally feel it as like a tingling sensation, which I've been told is adrenaline, like it's actual adrenaline like surging through your body and your nerves react very strangely to that when I'm about to start, because it's like it's live, you know, it's going to happen. I feel such a wave of relief when it's over that like it's almost like a little bit like ecstasy. You just like you're so glad it's done and you don't have to do it anymore.
Hey, don't cross the finish line. I'm not done talking. I'm hanging out over here.
Do you want me to stop?
Yeah. Let's hang out for a little bit.
Okay.
Meet you by the bleachers.
Is this the last?
Yeah, it's the last lap.
Okay.
Last race. Hey.
Well, it's gonna be over eventually.
I'll come meet you. What's up? Fuck.
You alright?
Yeah.
You don't want to cross the road like that.
Step over there. Look left and right first. Hey. How you doing?
They have no idea.
All those idiots have to wait now. Ow!
Oh, does it not end until we're done?
Yeah, I wanted to wait so like it didn't go DNF.
I guess I'll just finish up here. I get a sense of pride in savoring like the best moments of it, because stage fright is such a immediately jarring thing. Like to me, I would get the same shock, I guess, impact if like I almost hit somebody with my car and saved it at the last minute.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's just adrenaline. I guess I'm over narrating it.
The feeling I get is, I wouldn't say like a tingling at all. It's more like a tensing up, and it's mostly in my lower body. I literally get the feeling like I'm gonna shit my pants if I like before I have to stand up and perform something.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of times if I'm gonna do something, I need to go to the bathroom first, so I know this doesn't turn into something.
Right. You do not want that to happen.
And that's been happening. I mean, I can't remember so far back, but at least high school, and it continues to now. Even after I took a public speaking class in college, like in recent years, I feel if I'm just gonna like talk in front of a like class of 20 people, even if I don't really know them that well, I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
Right.
Even if I'm doing a Jackbox game, like the one you do on your phone, and like they're doing the presentation game, and like you stand up and present your thing. Even that I don't like. Like I still find it fun, but the stress of like I have to go up and perform now, and everybody's gonna be looking at me.
Even in front of a small group.
Yeah.
I do know what you're talking about. Have you ever done it without like rehearsing it beforehand?
Yeah.
Yeah. That I think is like the biggest trigger of what causes stage fright, is when you just have to wing it.
There's a little bit of it's kind of like a balance for me, maybe like a reverse balance. If I'm on either wing, like either extreme, I think I'm okay. If it's something, I mean, situation permitting, if it's something that I can improvise, that I know I can improvise because it's that's the nature of it. Like, if I'm standing up just to do a joke in front of a group of friends, like, in the moment, and there's nothing expected of me, then that seems fine. Or if I've prepared, like, for weeks, and I know exactly what I'm going to say for a presentation, and, like, I don't even have to be stressed about it because I'm just going to go up and default.
Yeah.
Just do exactly what is already drilled in my head. Then that's fine.
You don't have anything to be concerned of because only unexpected could happen.
Yeah. Anything in the middle of that is what makes me stressed. What gives me that pants shitting feeling.
Yeah.
I either haven't prepared enough, or I know exactly how I can fail because I prepared a decent amount.
Yeah. I mean this is a good way to end this episode because that's
let's cross.
It's very
Let's
real.
Do it together.
Let's line up. It's a very real like threat with. Let's finish together. Loser. No, I'm just
fucking idiot. Next.
I have stage right now. that failure was broadcast for the entire world to see. Yeah, I think crowd scaling would not be an issue. Like, whether it's like 3 or 4 million people does not matter. It's just the just the you part.
I'm the problem. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
Hi.
That's Taylor Swift
Hi,
song.
the problem. It's me, Dad.
You're dead.
We're going back in time.
You're saying my mom has got the hots for me? Back to the Future reference.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for listening. Go watch Vore. Let us know what you think about it.
Just, do you think there's Vore audio like audio ASMR, or would it be just like?
It's probably like storytelling, like role playing.
Role playing.
Vore ASMR.
I mean, that's almost exactly what I'm sure it is role playing, but like audio based only.
Yeah, like another similar to the question I had at dinner. Like, of the two sides of it, would there be ASMR, like, audio roleplay things where the person you're listening to is the consumer, as well as
consumer
videos,
sounds like it's a business model,
as well as videos and, like, audio things where the person you're hearing is the consumee?
Here's a really good, like, question. Which is there more of? Like, throughout the entire populace that knows what it is?
I've been trying to think about that all night. I don't know what part of it is more desirable. Because anytime we watch, anytime I've like seen a reference to it or like seen a video that exemplifies it or seen a picture, it's just that it's happening. There's no like first person to it.
It's a hard question to answer because until you understand all sides of it, which is just like stage fright, ironically enough, like only something that you could probably understand if you are a direct part of it.
Yeah.
This is more of a central question about the precise nature of humanity.
What's the median desire?
What's the median desire? What are people after? Do they want to be encompassed or do they want to encompass? What is power?
If you haven't watched the episode, go. It's in the top right corner. We're talking about power.
The tensions were high in this episode. This was a very like, we know what we're doing is unethical.
And we're gonna have to pay for our sins in one way or another.
Yeah.